Hey, John Lee, Window Cleaning Resource. I get tons of calls from people having problems with reverse osmosis systems. They always have questions, um, you know, and I thought it'd be real helpful if I went over some of the different parts on an RO system and how they work, specifically focusing more on the RO membrane. That way, if you have problems with your membrane, then you can have a little better understanding of how it works and what possibly could be causing your problems, and troubleshoot. So I've got a couple of systems here today. Um, this is a stainless steel reverse osmosis housing. Inside, of course, is the membrane. This is a PVC housing. Difference is, of course, stainless steel PVC. The heads on these are a little different. You can see these are the caps. This one has what is called a clip pin. This is what holds the cap in. The cap is here, and this little clip is there's a groove going around the edge, and that's what holds the cap in, because there's a huge amount of pressure created from the water. This one, stainless steel, uses a little different. This is the cap, and then it has the ring that holds it. There's a groove here that this ring slips into, and then you tighten it down. That keeps the cap off. So if you wanted to remove the cap on this one, you would release these bolts here, loosen that, and then grab the easiest way is just to grab this and do a rocking motion. It's going to be real tight at first to get off because of the pressure. It tends to seize up. With the pressure, it expands. So you want to take that and rock it. Be patient with it, rock it back and forth, and you'll eventually be able to get that off. It's not going to be easy. Like I said, just be patient with it. This particular one, you pull this pin or this clip in towards you, and it'll pop out. Same way you would grab this and rock it. They do make a lot of people like to use, take this out or take this out and put a tool in there, a T tool, and you can grab that T and then rock and pull. But I always found just using this just as easy. All right. So just so you understand a little bit how an RO membrane works is, of course, you have your inlet water, which of course goes through your pre-filter first, and then it goes into the top of the membrane. But it doesn't go in the center. There is a center core on a membrane that runs from the top to the bottom, okay? And also on the top of the membrane is what is called a brine seal. It's like a little rubber gasket that goes around it. That always will go on the top of the unit. The reason being, when the water goes in, it keeps the water from going on the side of the membrane. It forces it down the center. Okay, so when this water comes on, underneath the top of the membrane is open, the water is forced down through the membrane, and some of it will go to the center of the membrane through that core. That will be your pure water. The other water, the wastewater, will stay on the outside and be flushed out of the bottom. So those are a couple of things to understand. Same way on this one, works the same way. Of course on this one, the inlet water comes in from the bottom, or either way, this one lays down. We'll consider that's the top. The water comes in from the top. Okay, so now to understand what makes this work, okay, you can see here, this is the pure water because it's coming directly out of the center of the membrane. So when you turn your water on, okay, that water is under pressure, and what causes the pressure is this little tool here. This is a wastewater valve, okay? This is where the wastewater comes out. But this particular valve, you can't see, but up inside here, it has a spring, and that spring only allows a certain amount of water out. So what it does is it creates enough pressure on the membrane to force the water to the center, and that's your pure water. The rest of the water is going to come out. Now these valves are preset, so it allows just the right amount of pressure on the membrane to create pure water at the same time wastewater. Okay, there are different kinds. This particular one here, I'll show you, has that same valve on the bottom. Okay, right here is that same valve on the bottom. Okay, this is an older unit, the way it's designed, and then this is your wastewater. Okay, your wastewater will always be on the side of the cap. Your pure water will be on the center. I hope that helps you understand. Okay, so sometimes when people are having problems with pressure, they're not getting enough water pressure, a lot of times it's going to be this valve here. This valve could be stuck, or it could have trash, it could have things in it, so you're not getting the right amount of pressure on the membrane. Now some units will use a ball valve like this, okay, and what will happen is they'll drill a hole in the center of the ball valve, and when you want to flush the unit, you'll open the ball valve to flush it, and then when you want the right pressure on the membrane to create pure water, you'll close this valve. Can't do that. I'm not good enough to do it, but that's exactly how those work. You'll see those units using that kind of valve. It may look like an outdoor water faucet, and it's open and closed, but the ball valve in the center has a hole drilled in it. So if you find yourself not getting good pure water, you want to check your wastewater and make sure that you're not getting too much wastewater out. You're getting the proper amount of wastewater, therefore you can get pure water. So remember, the pure water is always going to be in the center. The wastewater is going to be on the side. Same way on this one. On the bottom, you're always going to have the pure water in the center and the wastewater in the side. Okay. So those are good things to remember on these components when you're working with them and you're troubleshooting, especially if you need help and you have to call in. These are the things that you can explain to us to help us, understand the problem. Like I said, this is your cap. This is your inlet water that goes in the top on the side, and then you've got your pressure release valve here, and then your pre-meat or your pure water that'll come out directly at the top. So other than that, that's pretty much all the components on a reverse osmosis. And like I said, the way it works is the wastewater valve, pressure release valve, allows the right amount of pressure on that membrane, so it forces the pure water to the center, which comes out the center and then comes out on the bottom. All right, so I hope that's real helpful. In the future, if you have any problems whatsoever with your systems, feel free to give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you troubleshoot, get you up and running. You can call, text, email. My direct number is 865-310-0728. John at windowcleaningresource.com. message me on Facebook, John Lee Window Cleaning on Facebook, or John at windowcleaningresource.com. All right, guys, have a great day. I hope this was real helpful for you.